I decided to write this piece to write my piece into a piece of history's note so that my future kids know that they're really kids because their pops is a literary goat. I decided to write this piece to write my piece into a piece of history's note so that my future kids know that they're really kids because their pops is a literary goat. I stand and look through stained lenses, disturbed by my inability to see what's right in front of me. In that moment, I am foolish because the solution to my problem lies within my own ability. The initiative to wipe the mist off does not cross my mind. I just stand and hope that my vision gets better in time. At the age of 16, I heard there was a shooting in Ferguson. Michael Brown shot dead, and if I wasn't in a black barbershop in Dallas, Texas, I would not have been scared. But hearing the older African-American men speak made me pose a question. One I could not dare say out loud for fear of who might be listening or the unwelcome reception, but growing up in an all-black country did not prepare me for what I was facing. Does racism still exist? I mean, in school, I learned segregation was over. Martin Luther King fought for this, died for this, had a dream for a better way for us. So could racism possibly still exist? For 16 years, I did not once consider the implications of the color of my skin. It could have been blue for all I cared. It wouldn't change the fact that I went to sleep without electricity almost every night. And in the twilight, I would watch mosquitoes take flight and land on their reserved table on my skin. Eat their fill and then leave. Paying their tab in illness that brings back memories I do not wish to relive. See, my reality was not that of marginalization or racial segregation or not being adequately represented in the legislation. So please, bear with me for my initial lack of information. Just consequence of my previous reality. Exposing me now to the erraticism of reality, changing with space and time like velocity, fixing me in an ever-changing state of perspective. Because I found my way to UCLA. Oh, sweet UCLA. But if you look at life through just the lens of UCLA, how do you see LA? See, I'm trying to paint a picture that for 1 second you can look at life not through yours, but through my eyes. And you can't paint a picture with a colorblind over your eyes. And if I hear one more person say that they're colorblind one more time, oh my God, I am going to lose my mind. All these stereotypes blasting me from different stereotypes telling me I'm supposed to live my life. Man, society has been an efficient carpenter, taking its time to construct my own identity. So I am black not because I was born black, but because society deemed me as such. And not until I read Ta-Nehisi Coates did I think as much. You see the logic behind it. Without race, there will be no racism. Wrong. See, before race existed, racism existed all along. It just became an excuse for which already existing racists exacted their superiority. So to say you don't see my color means you choose to not acknowledge what society has done to me. And when I say me, I mean more than me. I mean everyone in the same marginalized bubble. My ancestors struggle to alleviate my struggle. To say you don't see my color means you choose to disregard an identity I now hold dear to me. And your perspective will never align with my reality. The vehicle of passion I used to drive these words instills a feeling of hypocrisy in me. I mean, I speak of my perspective being metamorphosed like now I can judge holistically. I mean, I speak with pride thinking that I'm woke until I choke and take a backseat and take notes and realize that although my perspective has grown, it still is not whole. I am a black heterosexual male. And until recently, oblivious to the privilege that title carries. Because although I am oppressed, I am not the bottom of society. I am not at the bottom of society's hierarchy. So I might not like my oppressors if I don't use my privilege to empower, but in turn cause other people to perspire as I perpetuate stereotypes. Similar stereotypes that drive me crazy. So yes, racism does exist, but sexism exists as well. And the point where these two oppressions coincide, I will never really understand, but it truly must be hell. See, my perspective is that of a black male's. So in the plight of a black female, that's where my mind fails. So please let your voices find your feelings and allow yourselves be heard. Because oppression is one thing too intricate for normal eyes to observe. And yes, we're on the strive for empowerment. And until all these constructive conversations start, our perspectives will always be limited. So I'm grateful to my friends that were true enough to tell me I wasn't doing good enough to be an ally to those that have been allies to me. And this one is for those of us that think that we're woke, we're probably still asleep. Wake up! Wake up. Ask a question. Find out something you can do for your neighbor. Thank you.